Hello. Hi guys. How's everybody doing? Welcome back. M.V.K here back again, and I'm here to deliver the questions and answers that you guys answers to the questions you guys bestowed upon me for a franchise that has been going a long time, and we're talking about Dragon Ball. First and foremost, hope everybody had a healthy and thankful Thanksgiving, and was thankful for the right reasons, not for, if you think about the holiday in general, if you know the history, you know the history. If you don't, it's not a good history, but if you're thankful for what you have, and that's more proper. In the meantime, guys, I had delivered a Q&A question submit for the world of Dragon Ball. And the reason why I did that was because, one, I wanted to pay homage again to Akira Toriyama, and I wanted to do it in honor of the new Dragon Ball series, Dragon Ball Daima, which I have been watching, and I do enjoy it very much. But more importantly, I wanted to just do this because I wanted to see how many other fellow Dragon Ball fans are out there. And I got a pretty decent amount. I have posted it on both my Patreon for every member, and I also posted it on YouTube for those who are not posted as a Patreon. I am doing something cool on Patreon right now. I am giving out free memberships for certain months, so you can become I think it's a beta member or tier level. I'll leave it in the description down below if you ever want to sign up. Get 2 free months. Just my way of saying thank you. Anyway, let's get to it. So we're gonna start with the questions on there's 6 questions, a total of 6. Well, not total of 6. Well, 6 people gave me questions, but remember, you could ask 4 questions a pop. And on the Patreon, there was like 9. So I'll start with the Patreon. Indeed. So we're gonna start. We're gonna start with Eliza Huge. She had asked this question. She said, "What would you wish from Shenlong, the dragon? If I had the dragon, that's very simple and very easy. Bring back the loved ones that are lost. Very simple." Next question: Who would you like to have trained? Who would you like to train you? Who would I love to have trained me? Say what you want, but the Turtle School, Master Roshi was a good teacher. Don't get it twisted. But definitely would train with Kami. Definitely would train with King Kai. So there's a couple of people, if I could. But most of those people, yeah. Next question is from Quentin Blake. He asks, "What is your favorite Dragon Ball game?" And the creator of Dragon Ball was autistic. I'm autistic too. That's so cool. That's cool. Yes, Akira Toriyama was autistic. He was autistic, and it just showed that even though someone who has autism, a form of autism doesn't make you less of a person, doesn't make you less of being a creative person, and sure as hell he was a very creative person. In terms of my favorite Dragon Ball game, I go way back with a lot of Dragon Ball games. Like, I remember when I first saw the games were on like the Super Nintendo. or the Super Famicom. That's what it's called in Japan. Um, but one of my favorites before Tenkaichi and all those, I would definitely say it was Dragon Ball Legends. Um, Matter of fact, it was. I still own it to this day. I own it for the PlayStation. It's an imported game. I don't think it came out here. I think it did, but it came out very late. Basically, it was a Dragon Ball game where you could have like 6 people on one screen, and you could switch between each fight, like each character fighting, like troop troop. Well, if you wanted to play, like say Piccolo is over there fighting uh, Android 16 or something, you could switch to him, or Goku's over here, yeah. And there was like a gauge at the bottom, and once that gauge got all the way up, that person that you were on will do their like a signature move. So it was fun. I really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. If you haven't played it, look it up. You can look it up on YouTube or so. It's called Dragon Ball Legends. They would go through all the different sagas. Not all of them, but most of them. What Dragon Ball villain do you hate? I hate Cell. I don't like Cell. I hate Cell. I hate the character. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I do not like Cell. I hate Cell very much. I'm not a fan of Cell. I don't know. Just for me, when he first came, I was interested. I was like, okay, this is interesting, like a bug-like character, and he came off in the beginning as like a horror villain, and I was like, eh. But over time, like I'm just like, I don't like characters that they don't gain their power from. They gain their power from like something else. Like that's why I always love Frieza. Like say what you want about Frieza. Look at now Frieza. Frieza continues to get stronger. Why? Because of his enemies. He got stronger. I mean, he went from being golden, now I think he's black Frieza in the manga. So yeah, that's one of my favorites. But I hate Cell. I hate that character so much. I can't stand that character. I don't like Cell. And I remember I was at AwesomeCon in Washington D.C. and I went to I was at a booth because I was purchasing like pictures of Dragon Ball characters, and the guy was trying to sell me Cell. I was like, I fucking hate Cell. I was like, don't sell me that. Like, I don't want Cell. He looked at me, you hate Cell? I was like, yeah, I hate Cell. And we got into a conversation, and they were like, dude, you hate? I was like, yeah. And I gave my debate, and people was like, whoa, okay, I get why you don't like him. So yeah, I don't like Cell. Don't like him at all. And what Yamcha always get why does Yamcha always get treated like crap? I feel like he's the reptile of Dragon Ball. Well, first of all, scratch that whole reptile nonsense, because he's not. Because reptile ain't reptile. The problem is Yamcha stopped training. He only cared about his ladies. He cared about the that's all he cared about. He stopped training. He stopped doing this. Most of the characters that debuted in Dragon Ball became less while the series evolved, while the franchise evolved. Yamcha's one of them. He just became another guy that was there. When he was pretty cool. I liked him as the bandit, and his wolf fang fist attack was really cool. But over time, and then he started training in the turtle school. That's why he wears the orange, because anybody who trains with Master Roshi, that's their uniform. Yeah, and then he just became lackluster, and he just became less. If he had kept training, would he have gotten better? Yeah, he would have improved, but would he be on the same level as a Piccolo or something? No. But he would probably have trained and still been able to somewhat keep up with the gang to a degree. That's why he was not in the. Look at that. He wasn't even in Tournament of Power, because he was just not there. Thank you, Quentin. Next up, Duke Lawton asks, are you happy with Piccolo's power upgrade? Yes, I am. It was about damn time Piccolo got a power upgrade in strength, because Because one thing I will say about Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball became more of the Goku Vegeta series. It's all about Goku and Vegeta. Everybody else is just a really submitted supporting cast, and that was something I was tired of. I was like, okay, well, Piccolo should be getting stronger too. And when the last movie they did, and he became Orange Piccolo, that was great. I was loving that. I was like, okay, yes, finally, he got some power upgrade. He got a power upgrade. That was great. So yes, I was very happy for Piccolo. Which other movie villain should have become canon? That's to me personally. Cooler, Frieza's brother, should have been a canon character. He should have been canon. I would have loved for him to be canon instead of just a movie villain. BoJack could have been a canon character, because if you watch the BoJack movie, that felt like a saga that right after, because that movie took place after the Cell saga, where pretty much they basically said Trunks came back to the past to tell everybody that he had killed the androids and Cell in his time. And so yeah, that was great. I wish they had kept that. There are times I wish Janembo, depending on who's the character, like the version of him, and Lord Slug to a degree. It'd be cool to see an evil Namek So yeah, but to me, I wish Garlic Jr. stayed a movie villain. I'm glad Broly became a canon character, and a better evolved canon character, because I've seen videos where people, they're like, oh, movie Broly was better than current Broly. No, he's not. No, he's not. You can't sit there and tell me that with a straight face that he's better. Why? And I've seen it on Instagram. And I literally I ask people straight up, why? Why is he a better? Why is he a better character from current? Because at the end of the day, if you look at Broly from the movies, he was in three of the movies. The first movie, then the second one, it was Gohan and them fighting him. Then the third one, he was cloned, and it was Little Trunks, Goten, and it was that one. I hated that one. But the point about it is that he's better evolved in this currently now through Super and the mangas than when he was in just the movies. Because why does he hate Goku? I'll wait. Anybody write in the comment section? Oh, because Goku cried a lot when they were kids. That's the dumbest reason ever. And he remembers that. And he was a baby too, so he remembers it was Goku. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. That don't make no sense to me. Your next question is: are you tired of the Goku versus Superman fight debate like me? Yes, I am. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. It's dumb. It's just stupid. What if Goku had daughters instead of sons? Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, that would have been interesting. What if him and Chi-Chi had two daughters instead of sons? I think in general he would still be the same. He probably still want to teach his daughters how to fight and train and things like that, while Chi-Chi would be like, oh, girls, you got to be proper women and stuff. But I could see definitely his girls being more tomboyish than anything. I could see that. That'd be kind of cool. They would probably have different names, but yeah. I mean, in some cases, hold hold on. In some cases, I could probably see. I could probably see. I could hold on. I got a text. Hold on. Um, probably in terms of his she would it would be kind of like Khalifa. You know, I could see Goku having a daughter like her. Like, you know, not much is not Kale, but Khalifa. Khalifa. You notice all their names are vegetable names, so it's really cool. But yeah, I could see that. That'd be kind of cool. We move on to James Hernandez. Come on down. Which Broly movie do you like more? Broly, legendary Super Saiyajin, or Super Broly? I hate Super Broly. Like I said, that's the which movie is that? I want to make sure because I think that's 13. Just want to make sure. Okay. I just want to make sure. Because he had 3 movies. He had 3 movies. The first one came out in '93, which was called Broly, the Legendary Super Saiyajin. And then of course Broly Second Coming came out '94, and then another one came out in '90, which was called Bio Broly. So I don't. If you're talking about legendary, the Dragon Ball Z Broly and Super Broly, I'm gonna go with Super over Dragon Ball Z's version of Broly, because I don't like his reasoning for hating Goku. It doesn't make sense. I just talked about that. So yeah. Who's your favorite female Dragon Ball character? You said Bulma. Yeah, Bulma's up there. She's smart. She's smart. She's been with Goku for so long. You know, since day one. She's been. So I love that she has that longevity. So thank you. Next up, Solomon the Hooded. Where were you when the news broke Akira Toriyama passed? I was in Washington D.C. When he passed. I was at an Awesome Con, and I remember I was in my hotel, and I was just scrolling on my phone, you know, reading my emails and stuff, and all of a sudden, boom, came up. I was like, oh snap! And I did a small video to just. So yeah, I was hurt. That was hurtful to hear that, because I always hope someday to meet like people that I admired. So, people say Goku in Super is a far cry from Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Do you see it? Yes, I do. There are times I do. You know, I do see the difference. There is a difference in terms of it, like Dragon Ball Z version of Goku sometimes was like, yeah, he could be a clown and goofball and things like that, but when it came to fighting, like he was on point. And I'm not saying that he isn't like that in Super and stuff, but there are times where it's just like he only thinks about that, and sometimes it's like he belittles who this character is, and I don't like that. So yeah, I do see it. I see it a lot. I see it. Should Goku have chosen Pikkon instead of Frieza? You're talking about the other character that looked like Piccolo, but he had the big dome head and the lips and the, you know, I yes, I think yeah. If he had somebody he could trust, and not somebody who he has to watch. I mean, I understood why he chose Frieza, but I also think they could have said, well, you could have chose someone else. Like I don't think I would have, but I think also because he's from a different world, but it's still like I would have loved to see him come back, because after he debuted in Dragon Ball, we didn't see him again. The last time I saw him, he was in movie 12. That's the one with Janemba, and that was it, because that took place in heaven and stuff. So, but yeah, other than that, never saw him again. Sad. Is Frieza the overall best Dragon Ball villain? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is by far the best overall. He is the best villain in the franchise. He is he's probably the one that's got the most development. He came back, and he was basically the first one to be resurrected back, and not just he's a fake of himself, because you could say, well, Cell came back. That was a clone. That's not the real deal. The one that Frieza was the real deal. So seeing him come back was great. I enjoyed that. So yes, Frieza is. Comic Guy J990 asks, is Goku a bad father? No, he is not. Like, I get so tired of people saying he's a bad father. He's a bad father. He's a bad father. You know what he's a deadbeat dad. Do you understand the definition of deadbeat, or the definition of a bad father? Was he not in Gohan's life? Yes, he was. Did he not sacrifice himself for his sons? Hell yeah. Does he get pissed off when his sons are in danger or in trouble? Yes. Like, if he was a bad father, he wouldn't care what happened to them. But he does. He's like, what you talk? I hate when people say, you know who's a bad father? Yujiro Hanma. He's a bad father. Okay? And now they're starting to kind of change it now, but he's a bad father. Okay? That's a bad father. Goku is far from a bad father. He is far from that. And I keep saying, like, I hear people say he don't care about his family. Are you out of your goddamn minds? I hear people say that all the time. Like, are you out of your minds? He's a. I remember Son Goku Black, basically, when they said that they had killed Chi-Chi and Goten. Goku blew a fucking gasket and was like, you're dead now. I'm gonna kill you now. For anybody who says that he is you smoking something, get out of here. I hate that. Your next question is, what if Piccolo had a child, a real child? Namekians are really different in terms of how they have children, but they produce it through eggs. Like we saw Piccolo's dad, King Piccolo. What did he do? Before he died, he spit that egg out, and that's how the Piccolo we know was born. But it would be cool. I would love if maybe if it was me personally and I summoned, I would say give Piccolo a child, so he can have his own child, a son or so, because there are no female Nameks. There's Nameks is only they're only male. So yeah, I would love that. I wish he did. That'd be cool. I mean, he kind of has a surrogate child in Gohan, but yeah. Your next one. Why? I've heard you talk about Dragon Ball. Why do you say Saiyajin, Namekjin, Son Goku, Son Gohan? Because that's their names. That's how you pronounce it. That's how you pronounce their names. It's not a case. Again, for most people who don't notice, like, while Dragon Ball was just being imported to the States and all that, the franchise. I had already been watching the franchise way before. I used to, as a kid, I used to be on. I used to go to this area in the Bronx, New York, near Fordham University, called Fordham Road, and on the corners and on the streets there would be street vendors, and they would sell like imported VHS tapes from like different Japanese movies. Like there was like a lot of Sonny Chibi martial art movies, and anime was big back then. And I used to always get Dragon Ball, and the guy would tell me, oh, this is the next saga, and these were filmed, these were like recorded right from Japanese TV, but they would be able to like they would have like subtitles at the bottom, and I used to watch it. So by the time everybody here started seeing Dragon Ball, and everybody started, all the different sagas came out, like by the time Cell came, I was done with the series. I was already watching GT. By 1994, I was already 94. I was watching GT, and so I already knew what was going on. I knew everything. I would watch it on Cartoon Network, Toonami and stuff, but I knew what was going on. I would keep my mouth shut about it, but I grew up watching Dragon Ball in its original dialect. That's why I hold those actors more than the Americans, the English dubbed actors, because to me they felt the original Japanese characters felt more authentic. They weren't trying to make these characters sound badass all the time. Like I hated that. Like you got characters, and I'm like, why are you sounding like you're trying to make them sound badass? Just look at the character and envision what this character. Like if you listen to the original voice of Frieza from the original dialect, he's not trying to sound menacing, but he's got like this kind of regal but voice to it, but it also is a little scary too. When you listen to the ladies that have done Frieza's voice, it's not bad, but it's just like compared to no. Same thing with Son Goku or Goku. I love Misako, who has been doing that voice for God since 87. She's done Goku's voice since, and she should do a deal where anytime they need her voice, like she will, kind of like what they did with James Earl Jones. The same thing. I will pick her over whenever, like even the terms of when she is doing the Kamea, it's like it is nothing like when she is doing that. She puts her effort into. You hear it. It's like ooh, like just every syllable, that ka and man, and you just and you like ooh, okay. You could tell she about to, and it goes from there. So yes, and the names Son, that's their name. Son Goku, Son Gohan, Son Goten. I will say that Saiyajin. I don't say Saiyan. I don't say Saiyan. Saiyajin sounds better for me. It's all about what you prefer. Dragon Ball and the Dragon Ball franchise, I prefer watching that in subtitle before English. I'm not saying that there weren't some good English dubbed actors that did it. There was before. I'm forgetting his name. Who's done Goku now? There was another guy, and I liked him. He voiced Mega Man in the Mega Man cartoon. He was great, but over time, like yeah. But thank you. Next up, Comic Freak X. Gohan and Trunks are half Saiyajin. That makes Pan what? She's 1/4. Yeah, she's like 1/4. Pan is like 1/4 because her father's half and her mother is human. So yeah, like 1/4, like a quarter. I don't think she'll be able to transform, but yeah. Oh, who's your favorite human Dragon Ball? Who's your favorite human of the Dragon Ball universe? That would be Tien Shinhan. Tien Shinhan. Yeah, you see how I said that? Not Tien Shinhan. That's his full name. It's not broken up. It's Tien Shinhan, not Tien. And his last name is Shinhan. No, that's not how you. It's Tien Shinhan. He's my favorite. He's over Krillin actually. Krillin is 2. Tien Shinhan, because to a degree both those two still train. Now you could say like, how is Tien Shinhan a human? Because he's got 3 eyes, and it is funny. It's like I always wonder like, how does he have 3 eyes and he's not maybe like some alien or something? But I always thought he was, but he wasn't. And so he's my favorite. And if you could give any DBZ character a power-up, who would it be? Dragon Ball character power. Well, all the humans would get a power-up. Tien Shinhan would get a bigger power-up. Krillin, people like that. If he kept training, yeah, maybe. Thank you for the questions. Let's move on to the questions on YouTube, on the community feed. Where the hell are they? Just don't play with me. Alright. Oh, here we go. This comes from Byron the Groovy Nerd. He asks me, what if Goku ended up with Bulma? I have heard this many times. I've actually seen people do videos on this. It would have been interesting if Goku ended up with Bulma instead of Chi-Chi. Goku knows Bulma longer than Chi-Chi, and even though Bulma would be older than him, Goku would be with an older woman, but it's okay. I think definitely to be different kids, and I think Bulma would understand Goku a lot more and not be on his case all the time about like, why are you always training like her? Like Chi-Chi, she just goes into, mama bear mode too quickly. Yeah. So I think there would be a different dynamic in their relationship, but it would be interesting. Thoughts on Yamcha as a character? I've answered this again, but I'll just go over it again. Look, I don't hate the character. It's just that he played his part in the Dragon Ball franchise, the first series, but over time, Dragon Ball Z, you started to see diminishing of that character. That character just became more about being a ladies' man and things like that instead of training. He stopped being a defender. He wanted to be a lover, and it is what it is. Did you watch Dragon Ball Heroes? I watched a little bit of that. I didn't watch all of it. It was cool to see like different versions of Goku in there, Son Goku or people like that. It was cool to see Goku and meet his dad, and we got to see Bardock. He reached Super Saiyan 3. And things like that. It was cool. It was fun. I enjoyed that for what it was. Even cooler when Jiren witnessed Goku and Vegeta do the fusion, and they became Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, and Jiren even said, how come when we fought in the Tournament of Power, you didn't do that? And basically, Goku kind of in his mind, he's like, well, that'd been cheating. I had to do it on my own. And, Vegeta's like, cause I don't like doing that with him. It's just, he loves him. I don't know why Vegeta just don't come out like, I love you, man. Like, just be honest. I'm just saying. Did you like the character Launch? I did like her. I thought she was a very interesting character, Launch. She was a very interesting character. She's the girl For anybody who doesn't know, she looks innocent. She's got like a split personality. She sneezes. She's like this timid little nice blonde girl, and then when she sneezes, she turns into this badass. Like, you know, she got like this bad attitude. She got blue hair. She was cool. I enjoyed her. It would have been cool. I did like her. I thought she was fun. Thank you, Byron, for this question. Oh, okay. James, he put the same question that was supposed to be. He had already answered it. Cyborg 0. Sorry, I'm about to kill 009. Cyborg 1999. Who's your favorite villain in Dragon Ball? I just talked about that. It's Frieza. Frieza is my favorite. King Travis, who's your favorite movie villain? Favorite movie villain is probably between Cooler, Frieza's brother, and Bojack. And then Quentin asked some more questions. How do you make a Cooler and Janemba? How would you make them canon? Well, let's start with Janemba, because Janemba basically came from the negative energy, basically negative vibes of hell. That's what he was. He was like one of those, I guess you could call them angels or whatever, but he was working, and then all the negative energy from hell sucked on him, and that's how he became Janemba. First he was that big fat puff, like he looked like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, just different color, and then later on he got that warrior form that just showed the evil in him. It would be tough, I think, for Janemba to a degree, but Cooler could have been very easy to do. Cooler, because if you look at the Cooler story movies, that was it right there. There's your canon right there. They could have easily put that in there. Like, yes, in the first movie with Cooler, what is Cooler doing? Cooler is watching Frieza destroy Planet Vegeta. That he's off to the side. He's in his own ship and he's watching him, and he's berating his brother like, you know, he's stupid. Like he just do it. Like, stop taking pleasure in it. And they see Goku's ship leave, and one of his men even says, "Should we destroy it?" And he says, "No. That's Cooler. That's Frieza's problem. That's my idiot brother's problem. He should have. That's his problem." And then, of course, later on, we saw what happened. He went back to remembering when he said, "I should have killed him when I had the chance." Yeah, but he didn't. They could have easily done something. They could easily take that bit of that movie, and they could have easily made that into a franchise, and we could have seen Cooler instead. Cooler is probably one of the easiest characters. Him, Bojack, the other few androids, those were like the easiest characters to make canon in the franchise. Janemba would have been a little hard, as well as I'm forgetting the big in the last movie. That's when we finally got to see Goku do the Super Dragon Fist. But yeah. These are the questions. So thank you for the question again. Noble Assassin XL. Do you wish there was a major female Saiyajin? Thank you for saying that. In the main universe and not from another universe. Okay, so you're basically talking about you wish there was a female Saiyajin you're not talking about Khalifa and Kale, because they're from a different universe. Once they started adding, characters, they made the multiverse in Dragon Ball. I know there's some people that don't like that. But yeah, I do wish there was. I wish there was a real Saiyajin female I would have been cool. I would have loved that. I would have, and I'm not talking half, I'm talking full blood. That's what I'm talking. Do you wish Bardock met his son was canon? Yes, I do. That'd have been really cool to see. I would have loved to see, Goku meet his dad, and canon wise, and even like, whoa, you look like me, like, you know. Do you wish Raditz wasn't an ass? Yeah, I wish he kind of wasn't. Like, it would have been cool to see, Raditz not be a dickhead older brother, but be, a loving brother. Like, but can't choose that. How are you enjoying Dragon Ball Daima? I like it. I like Daima. I think it's a very interesting. It's because I watch it on Netflix. I think it's a cool twist. The thing about it is I'm trying to. It's sometimes hard to figure out. Okay, where's this taking place? Because this sure don't seem it's taking place after Super. Or between Super. To me, it looks like it's taking place during the Dragon Ball run. It just kind of feels that way, because when you look at like I think it takes place right after Majin Buu, but it's interesting now. We're starting to understand where characters who have pointy ears actually come from, and I think that's interesting to include into the history of these characters. But you could tell that this is not after Super. So it is interesting, and to see all the characters as young is interesting too. But I like it. It's fun. It's cool to see Goku using the Kembo again with his Kaibo. Well, I use more of the original names than the Power Pause in English. But the Kaibo, I actually like. It's called the Kaibo. Like him using it, he still know how to use. Like he's using it and stuff. It's cool. I love that. It is. It's fun. It's real fun to see. So thank you for that. We move on to the Yin and Yang lad. And Yin and Yang, his first question is, did you like anything about Dragon Ball GT? Yes, I did. One of the things I did like about Dragon Ball GT was the concept of, if you abuse the Dragon Balls, I enjoyed that. Like, there was like almost like a concept, like the abuse of using the Dragon Balls constantly caused the Dragon Balls to get destroyed, and then all that negative energy made these Dragon Ball fighters, these dragon type fighters, and each one of them focused on one wish that kind of gave them an excuse, the reason why they turned. Like the first dragon, I think it was the first dragon, he was pissed off that the very first wish from the Dragon Ball was Oolong's wishing for underwear. He was pissed, like, what the fuck? Like, I thought that was cool. So yes, I did enjoy that. There were some things about it I did enjoy. So your next question is, do you like the different transformations? Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 4, Ultra Instinct Goku, and Vegeta's new transformation. You talk, yeah. Super Saiyan 4 always looked a little weird to me. I just like, Goku they get fur back. Like they get hairy. They got like that big hair, similar to like Super Saiyan 3. Red eyes, and it looked different. It was to look different instead of and that was fine. In terms of Ultra Instinct, Ultra Instinct was interesting. It was a cool. It's a cool concept It was a cool concept. Uh, it was a cool concept that I enjoyed. Like, okay, it's like almost like Goku is at a master level. Like, and it's almost to that point of saying like when your body is at a moment where you don't have to react, your body is doing it. They were using real. They were using real concepts of what a martial artist is trying to achieve. And like you don't need to move. Like your body's just doing it by itself. Um, I really enjoyed that. Um, I thought that was really cool in terms of in terms of Goku, and I thought the Ultra Instinct uh, thing was really cool. It was cool. It was it was really cool. It was just you just you look at it and you're like, okay, that's cool. That was cool. That Goku, his eyes are gray and then his hair turned gray and he's just almost like on a different level. It's like he's just like basically to me it was like Ultra Instinct made Goku like this was Goku like like he's that serious. That's scary, and that's what it was. That's what I liked about it. I was like, okay, he's kind of scary. Like I'm like that's scary. And then as for the problem with Vegeta's ultra ego, because that's what it's called, we'll probably never see that in an anime form. We only seen that in the manga. If you read the mangas, yes, Vegeta has reached another level called ultra ego, and it makes sense to be called that ultra instead of ultra instinct. It's called ultra ego because Vegeta has a big ego, and their problem that's one of his biggest weakness. His ego. He has a huge ego. So yeah, it happened in which saga? It's in the manga. I think it's in the Granolan Survivor Saga. I can't remember because I'm behind on the manga. But yeah, he had a pretty. It was fun. I liked the transformation. They were cool. Dragon Ball Super Saiyan 4 is probably the one if somebody asked me like if I was to get rid of one, which would it be? Super Saiyan 4, or I would redesign it because that's not how I would have made it. Your next question is favorite fusion, Vegito or Gogeta? Gogeta. Gogeta all the way. Gogeta. It would probably go Gogeta, Go 10, Go Tanks, and then Vegito. I don't like Vegito. I don't like it. I don't like that transformation at all. I don't like it because that's more of Vegeta's personality. And Vegeta, when he starts getting hot, he starts feeling himself, and he's like, yeah, and he lets his ego get the best of him, and he lets his ego get the best of him, and then all of a sudden he ends up paying the price for it after a while. So, Gogeta gets the job done quick. He gets it done. He does not play around, and that's more of Goku's personality. So that's why I like it more. So yes. Favorite android? Of all of them, because we go 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, which is basically Dr. Gero. My favorite, I do like the twins, or the 17 and 18. I do like them because they're not robots. They are androids. I liked 16. He was different. He was a robot. So I will say that, yeah. And your last question is, did you? No, I did not like that movie. I don't know why you asked me that movie. No, I did not. Did I like the live action drag? Evolution? Get the hell out of here! No, I did not. Hell no. And last but not least, we have sorry guys. We have where did I put it? God damn, I lost the questions again. Sorry, hold on. Alright, let me go back. And the last questions are Son of Light VX. Oh no, actually I got two more. Sorry. Son of Light VX asks me, his first question is, what if Goku had a twin brother instead of an older brother? Wow, that'd be interesting. I mean, technically he does have a twin. Goku definitely does have a twin. You know, Turles. No, that I don't understand. Like, why does Turles look like Goku? They never explained that, how he looks like him. That's one of the reasons why. As much as like the Tree of Might movie is cool, but I don't like that. There's no explanation of why Turles looks like Goku. There's no reason why. But that'd be cool if Goku had a twin brother. They were twins instead. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know what I would call them, you know, but it'd be kind of cool. Your next question is, did you see this? Did you see the Dragon Ball short anniversary short where we saw Vegeta's brother? Yeah, I seen that. That was a long time ago. Yeah, there was a short. I think it was like an anniversary special where we got to see that Vegeta had a little brother. He and I was like, well, it's kind of funny, but yeah, I did see that. Did you see the special where Goku met Luffy and a lot of the other? Yeah, I seen that too. That was fun. I seen that. That was cool. That was cool. And your fourth question is, do you still play Dragon Ball Z Fighter? Yes, I do. I will play that from time to time. I will play it. I play it as well. It's pretty cool. It's cool. I still will get down on Z Fighter a lot. Thank you, Son of Light. And the last question comes from Tekka Man. Tekka Man asks me, first question: did you play the Dead by Daylight like Dragon Ball game? Oh, you're talking about that game where you play as survivors and someone plays as Cell, and I have that. I have not touched that game. I got it for free. I haven't played it. No, now I have it, but I have not played it. I thought that was an interesting concept because that was at the time when, you know, because of Dead by Daylight, everybody wanted to get into that kind of genre. You know, the survivors and everything. It made sense for Dragon Ball to do it, and you know, you got to get to the ship before, you know, Cell catches you. So that's cool. Why do you feel people don't give Tien a lot of credit? He had his moments. I mean, he held back Cell for some time. Yes, he did. And I think there's people that do like Tien Shinhan. I think, you know, they like him. I think he's a cool character. And he did. He held back, you know, he held Cell back, Yeah, Cell wasn't at his perfect form, but it still held him back. He would have died because he was that move. Screw. I don't say try being what he says. Screw. Like he would have killed himself. That technique can kill you. So yeah, I think yeah he's my favorite. So yeah, I would have been fine with that. Number two. What if? Excuse me. What if? What if? Wait, hold on. I gotta read this right. Okay, y'all writing's a little weird. Okay. What if Krillin trained with? Oh, but he did. He did. He did. No, he did. No, he didn't. No, yes, he did. He trained with Kami. He trained with Kami. You mean, what if he trained with King Kai? That's what you really should have said, because he trained with Kami. It would have been interesting if he had got to train with King Kai. I think King Kai would have taught him some new techniques. It would have been interesting. Piccolo should have taken King Kai's training, because he was there, but he didn't train him, and then he saw like how strong Yamcha and Chen and all of them were getting from all that training. Like he was like, it kept me from all that nonsense. King Kai was just like Mr. Miyagi, and it showed like it helped him. So yeah, it'd have been cool. What if what if Nappa was resurrected? Would he still want B for blood? Yeah. If Nappa got resurrected, he'd be trying to go after. He would try to go after Vegeta, just for what Vegeta did to him, and he would lose, be defeated with the quickness. So yes, it'd be stupid. He just don't even try. Before he get humbled. And your last question: do you think deep down Vegeta loves Goku? Yeah, I do. He just has his own way of showing it. I think he does. I think personally, Vegeta, his pride is his biggest weakness, and his pride of not wanting to acknowledge Goku, like, hey, look, you're stronger than me, and when he did do it, he did it when he was telling us, but he didn't say it to Goku, But at the end of the day, let's be real. If he never met Goku, his strength would not. He wouldn't be at the level he is now. Oh, sure, you could say, well, he probably would, because Saiyajins get stronger every time they fight. And yes, that's true, but not at the level that he is now. He would never be at that level. So he owes Goku a debt of helping him get to the level he is. But I would honestly, I think he does. He just has his own means of saying it. But he needs to, there's nothing wrong with him just coming out and saying, look, you are like a brother. Like I love you. Like just say something. Like there's nothing wrong with a man saying that to somebody you admire, even a rival. Like, it's cool. It's like you think Ryu and Ken don't say I love you? Like they're rivals, but still they dap, they shake, buzz. I've seen them hug each other a couple times. I'm like, come on, man. It's like Vegeta's just Vegeta is also his worst enemy, his ego. And I've said it before, his ego. As much as I like Vegeta, his ego, and the reason for why is because he thinks because he is the prince and he is quote unquote an elite, he thinks, oh well, nobody can be better than me. It's basically a sense of classism. Like quote unquote Goku is a low level, while he's an elite. You know, almost as like someone who is in the is you know, in the wealthy white, you know, white collar, you know, while somebody who is a blue collar worker, they think they're better than them, because that's how you look at it. And that's sometimes why Vegeta has been defeated, and why he has been defeated a lot of times, because of his ego. If he just cuts that down, and I guarantee you he would be a lot more than he is now. But his ego, and the villains know how to get to him, because they know how to get him like that. It is what it is. But thank you guys for this. This was fun. I will be back again. But like I said, I put this on my Patreon, and it's for everybody. But if there are times where I'll see it's like it's getting a little slow, then I'll add it sometime. This I wanted to do on both. But in the meantime, guys, you guys take care. I will see you guys next time. Deuces.